Was Eternatus coming to Pokemon Go one of the biggest scams ever? Is there hope for free players? And why do I personally think it was a scam? So just let me explain first. Let's go through everything, and later, please let me know in the comments what you think. That would be absolutely sick. All right, let's just get straight into it. Before we actually start, 72% of you were not subscribed in the last video, and I wanted to bring it up to 50%. I think we had something like 27% of my subscribers watching the video. So if you could, maybe watch this video first, and if you found it useful, do hit that subscribe button. That would mean the world to me, and obviously pop the like. Let's get straight into it. So in order to find out if this was actually a scam, we do have to break this down into a couple of ways first. One of the ways I want to do that is I want to talk about the idea of raiding. I think this is incredibly important to understand in order to see if we were being scammed and if this was actually a dishonest move by Scopely, Niantic, or Pokemon Go. I don't know who's running this thing anymore. So the idea of raiding, as it is in essence, is you catch a Pokemon. You go and raid, you catch a Pokemon. This Pokemon can be shiny, can be a hundo, or can be a shundo. Once you catch that Pokemon, you get candies, and you get XL candies. Also, another thing, if you Mega Evolve something or use a Primal form, you can get more candies. You can later use this Pokemon in GBL, or you can use it as a raid attack. You can trade the Pokemon in hope for a better Pokemon you don't have, or you could mirror trade that Pokemon in hopes for a shundo or a hundo. So basically, what am I saying here? What I'm saying is this Pokemon is worth something. If you use a premium pass, if you use a free pass, if you use a remote raid, you are still getting something that is valuable. You're not only getting candies and XL candies, which you can use to add a move to that Pokemon or to max that Pokemon out, but you can later use that Pokemon to trade for a better Pokemon if you meet somebody that has something that you don't have, or you could use that Pokemon to mirror trade with somebody else, get a lucky trade, and hopefully get a shundo or a hundo to add it to the dex. So basically, raiding is actually worth the money that you put into it. Now, the difference is how much money you want to put into it to raid, but at the end of the day, you are getting something that you can use later at various things in the game and all of the metrics that are included in it. Secondly, we have to understand level 40 and level 50. So level 40 in Pokemon Go before level 50 came. In order to max a Pokemon out to level 40, you would need 250,000 Stardust and 248 candies. This would cover from level 1 all the way to level 40. Okay, then level 50 came. And from level 40 to level 50, you would need these things called XL candies, which I'm sure you're aware of. They were invented so that you could max a Pokemon out to level 50. And you would need 296 XL candies. This is the exact number, no shortcuts. An extra 250,000 Stardust on top of that from level 40, bringing it to 500,000 Stardust, which is actually quite decent. So in total, that's 500,000 Stardust, 248 regular candies, and 296 XL candies, assuming everything was going from 0 to 40, and then from 40 exactly to 50, because obviously if you have a Pokemon that is a little bit higher, we'll say level 45, you would need fewer candies. So where does our problem rise? Well, Eternatus comes to Pokemon Go, and wait until you see this. I'm after making a graph on the difference between level 40, level 50, and what they did with Eternatus. And if you don't think that this is a scam, after you see this graph, I really don't know what to tell you, because there was literally no need for it to be this insane. I mean, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? Put this on screen. So you can see down bottom left, okay? 200 candies, 400 candies, 600 candies. That's the measurement, right? So level 40 is that 200 right there with the green going up a little bit more for that 248. And you can see Eternatus was 102% more candies just to get it to level 40. And then it exponentially just jumps like absolute insanity from the 296 XL candies all the way up to whatever number it was, like, I don't know if it was 8,000 and something, I can't even remember. 201%. This is Eternatus versus normal Pokemon maxing cost. 201%. Now, there were people in comments, and we're going to get into the comments, dudes, online, and how people were either happy, positive, or indifferent. But if you don't see this, right, not only did you not get to encounter Eternatus and do all of those other things that I just mentioned before when it comes to raiding a Pokemon, but you had to farm this using 800 particles, using a premium pass, finding people to play the game, using all of your resources to revive your Pokemon, and spend an obscene amount of money for no real reward other than maxing out one Pokemon that might have been given to you with a 10-10-10 10 floor. And I know some of you cynics right there are saying, but it's up to you, it's your money. And it is, it completely is. But do you think it's justifiable that they max it out at 201% and 102% difference? Do you not see that as a little bit dishonest? Do you really think it needed to be that much of a jump for Eternatus? That's the question that I'm asking you. Not that, oh, you can go and spend as much money as you like. Spend as much money as you like, man, on anything that you want. But do you really feel that that is honest? Do you really feel? Because from where I'm coming from, that is not honest. That is a cash cow. We are going to get as much money as we can. And I even saw, and I won't put their name in, but you might have seen it on Instagram, a person, very known person, okay, in the community saying they did 3 raids and they thought that it was broken because they thought that they were supposed to be getting an encounter. So they went 3 or 4 raids in before they had to talk to someone in their community to tell them that, oh, no, you don't actually get an encounter with Eternatus. You just get candies, some Stardust, some XP. The same amount of candies or Stardust you would get in a Dynamax or Gigantamax raid on the day. Let's get into the comments online. I had a program go through all of Reddit, all of X, all of Facebook, all of Instagram, and I had this program run and look for positive comments, negative comments, and indifferent comments on the aftermath of Eternatus in the community. So it doesn't matter where you stand here, right? We'll just say majority rules, democracy rocks, and let's kick it. And as you can see, positive feedback is under something like 2,000. Indifferent, mixed, neutral sentiment is over 4,500. And up above 6,000 plus, we have negative feedback. So the majority of the community, okay, and including myself, on Eternatus specifically, not the entire event, are not happy. They're not happy with this, okay? And after seeing the numbers that I just showed you with a 201% increase and 102% increase in the level 40 candies, are you really someone who's going to sit there and tell me, yeah, man, Pokemon Go's always been pay to play? That's not what I'm asking for you. Obviously, this game, there's a pay to play aspect, okay? There's also your free to play aspect. But this event itself, are we going to let this happen in the future? Mewtwo, Mega Mewtwo is coming out. I've already joked about M2 particles, that they'll probably invent this thing called M2 particles to get you to put your hand in your pocket for something like that. It wouldn't put it past them at this point, you know? And do you want M2 particles, if such a thing exists, to go up in the value of 500% so that you can get your hands on a Mega Mewtwo? You gotta ask yourself these questions, guys, because this is absolutely ridiculous. All in all, to finish, I personally think, and I love this game, and I love the community, and I'm involved in it, I make content about it, but I think that this event was a scam. It was almost like, and maybe this isn't the best analogy ever, if I was waving a chocolate bar at you and I was like, oh, do you like the chocolate bar? Oh, do you like the chocolate bar? And then you're like, yeah, I like the chocolate bar. And then instead of giving you the chocolate bar, I just give you the wrapper and I keep the chocolate bar. That's like what Eternatus was for me. It was like, oh wow, Eternatus, that's amazing. You gotta ask yourself this question before you go, and I'll leave you with this. If Eternatus wasn't in the Gigantamax or Dynamax raids, would you have put as much money just buying candies for it in the shop to max out the Pokemon? If the answer is yes, then I guess it wasn't a scam. But if the answer is no, and you paid a little bit more money just to see it, then was there a scam there? Was a 201% increase on XL candies and 102% increase, was that needed? Where's the justification? Now, I know some people will go, hey, Pokemon, this is a big Pokemon, you know, in the franchise. But is it big enough to have such a cost when you're spending 800 particles, a remote raid, needing over 100 people, and you need so many candies just to max out a one-time Pokemon? Now, they did say it was coming back, but still, it's actually, in my opinion, dishonest, a scam, and a complete joke. Dudes, if you enjoyed the video, again, I would love you to subscribe. There's more coming. And thank you so much for listening. Do let me know in the comments below what you think. I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy. Peace.